Hello everyone and welcome back to... Yes, we've gone back to Crash Bandicoot 4 Let's Play because I haven't really thought of any new Let's Plays to do for now, and to be entirely honest with you, I just might as well do more progress on this one. So yes, here we are, we're back with Crash Bandicoot 4, it's about time. So, what we're going to be doing in this one is something a little different. We are actually going to go through these worlds again, because as you may have noticed in earlier parts, you can actually, there's actually timeline levels, there's actually secondary levels, you know, like secondary entrances to levels, which is, you know, really cool. It's sort of like what you got in like Crash 2 and Crash 3, where you like entered, you know, through the secret warp rooms and stuff, but this time you actually play as an alternate character. So what we're going to do is, we're going to go for a new skin this time. We're going to just use Crash skins for now. I think we're going to go for... We'll go for this Through the Ringer one, because that's actually the one that you get for completing the game. So yes, that's what we're going to do. So how we're going to do this, how we're going to structure this is, we're going to do all of the Tawna ones first, and then we're going to go Dingo Dial, and then we're going to go Cortex, because then we can separate them all up all nice and neatly. And then, yeah, so it just makes sense. So anyway, here we go. Without further ado, we're going to get right into this. So... yeah, that is actually, you know, I was actually thinking of an alternate way to do this. I was thinking of going through all the inverted levels first, but, you know, to be entirely honest with you, I think I'll get these done.
Okay, this place rules.
Because I'm going to, you know, be going on a break very soon, so I might be able to set all these to premiere, believe it or not. So, yeah, there we go. So I haven't played this game for a very long time on the PS5. This is a PS5 version. And obviously I've played this, you know, on PC quite a lot, because I just seem to find that version a little better. You know, you can customise it a bit more, you can mod the game a bit more. Same with Spyro, really, to be honest. And, you know, I just find the input delay a lot less, so it's actually better for playing the game competitively. Now I'm going to try to be as careful and run through these as careful as I can, but if I don't get it perfect, like I said in previous parts, it doesn't really matter too much. I'm just going to leave it as it is, to be honest, because, you know, yeah, I don't really demand perfection. Should I even destroy that? No, I'm not going to destroy that. I'm sure there's a nitro detonator towards the end, so I don't really need to worry about that too much anyway. So, yeah, so, as I say, I might be able to get all of these alternate characters, you know, secondary characters played through. And then I should be able to get them all uploaded, and maybe set them all to either, you know, schedule the upload or premiere next week. So, yeah, that's very easily done. Now, usually, I'm sure there's like a hidden gem behind there normally, but I think that's actually in the inverted version, but we're not doing that right now anyway, so I'm not going to worry about that. So, I just don't want to miss any crates, because if I miss any crates, that's going to be a real embarrassment, because I've actually, a number of times I've actually done that. You know, I've actually missed boxes in a Crash game for once. The actual first time I played through this, which was, I'm going to admit that was pretty embarrassing, you know, on my behalf. Bro was not recording it, but, you know, I'm going to admit it. There's the hidden gem. Now we're talking. Awesome. So, oh, yeah, I can get across there just in time. Cool. So far this level is looking good. Now this is very finicky. Using the analog stick might actually help on this, actually. In fact, no, I'm just going to go for this. Yeah, I'm just going to do it the risky way and do it that way, so... To be honest with you, Tawna's flashback levels are not really too bad. I just think Cortex's are the worst by far. Dingo Dials are not great, but I think Tawna's actually the easiest, so we are working our way up the difficulty ramp on this, which, you know, makes perfect sense. So, yeah, that's me forgetting the structure of the levels already, even though this is one of my all-time favourite video games. You know, I know certain people who watch this who aren't really the biggest fan of this game, to be entirely honest with you, but as a true Crash fan and an all-time Crash fan of my life, you know, who's always loved Crash collectibles, you know, really gone to, you know, the above and beyond, you know, for my love for these Crash games. I really love this game. I just can't deny it, how much I actually love this game, I really do, so... And there we go, so let's go across here, and then I think we've got the, there we go, so, yep, a little cutscene. There we go, we're back to Crash. So yes, selecting that skin was worth it. In my opinion anyway, I think it really was, to be honest. So yeah, that's what we've decided to do. So yeah, so right, there's no Akko-Akkos because obviously we've just gone straight into the level as Crash. We've pretty much started the level at this point as Crash. So if I die, I've got to actually run through this again later on in a live stream, like I previously said, because as I've said before, I am definitely getting the 106% in this Let's Play. You know, no matter what I've got to go for to get this, I'm going to do it. So, but, you know, considering I don't think my skill's actually too bad, you know, considering I've played this for a while, and it is on the PS5, which, you know, not the biggest rater of the controller. Now, can you get the green gem again in this? I've never tried this before. Actually, wait a minute, you might actually be able to, actually. If it appears as a silhouette where I collected it before, no it does not, so actually you cannot, so yeah, that's okay then. So let's continue for that. Now on these ramps, I want to give you a little bit of advice. If you want to get all the crates, especially in a time trial, don't press X to jump, because if you do that, you're just going to overjump the crates. You don't need to press anything, you can just simply just roll over it and it'll jump for you. So yeah, it's automatic, guys. Just remember that. I just wouldn't worry too much about that, to be honest. So it's time trials. You've got to be careful with these things, to be honest, because to hide TNTs in and stuff. There we go. I think I've got this. Is this going to be an insanely perfect relic? It will be if I have not missed a thing. And there we go. I got it. Nice. There we go. So awesome. So there we go. First level down. All good. Really good. So there we go. Insanely perfect relic earned. That's an alright start, you know. Yeah, I'm not moaning about that at all. So let's see how we do on the other levels. So here we go. The next Tawna level, I believe, is in the fourth world. I'll go check that right now. Yeah, that's a Dingo Dial one next. But we're not doing Dingo Dials at the minute, are we? We're actually going to go back and do those in a bit later. There we go. Here we go. We're talking now. Potion Commotion. So, yeah, here we go. This one's a little bit harder. So, you know, obviously it's later on in the game, so you can totally understand why it would be harder, but, you know, we're just going to give it a go anyway, so, yes. Now, I don't know what people's take on this. I'm pretty sure at this point, everybody who's watching this will have a PlayStation 5 by now, because they've sorted out the shortage problems, and the console's been out a couple of years. If you haven't, yeah, you know, good. You're still rocking the old PS4, you know, it's less wasteful, you know, you're still making good use of a good console, so good to that. But as I say, most of you by now will have a PS5, but I'm just going to show you this real quick actually. Listen.
Aww, kawaii.
Aww, kawaii. That's like one of the most like catchy lines in the entire game. Like, people like meme about this all over like the internet, the Crash Bandicoot Facebook fan page, the Twitter page. But as I was going to say, right, the controls as well on the PS5 controller, they're good. It's a good controller, the DualSense. I like the DualSense, but I don't think the D-pad's quite as good as it was on the DualShock 4 or the PS4 controller. And it's a bit heavy, it's a bit bigger as well, so if you're holding it in your hands, you know, and you're really playing with a tight grip, you know, games like CTR beating those dev times and that, it hurts and cramps your hand up way quicker and much more than the DualShock 4 did. So, yeah, so, but as well, the main problem I have with this DualSense controller is that I find the D-pad to be, you know, sort of very, you know, a little bit sort of cutscene. Thanks, Brio. Yeah, but I find the D-pad on the new controller to be, you know, a little bit soft and spongy feeling. It don't really have that positive feedback that you'd find on a that you had on the, you know, the D-pad on the DualShock 4, which, you know, is something I kind of miss. It's definitely not as good for playing games like this. But yeah, it's just not as positive feeling. There's not as much feedback to the D-pad. It's quite a spongy feeling, whereas it was a bit more positive and clicky feeling and nice and maybe a little bit more responsive on the DualShock 4. But the rest of the controller, in other senses, is better. But I don't know if there's a way I could actually play a PS5 game with a PlayStation 4 controller. I don't think there is. I think I've looked that up. But it would be good if I could do that. But a lot of people are really not going to notice, to be honest. The vast majority of players are really not going to notice. It's just me being all picky and, you know, a bit, you know, sort of nitpicking. Maybe. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I can still play the game nicely. It's just not as nice feeling. Or I've got to, like, less muscle memory, more like vision. You know, even though I do have 20/20 vision, I'd rather still use muscle memory. But you can still a bit, but it's just not as nice feeling. It's a bit squeaky and squishy feeling as well. It's just not as nice. And as I was going to say, these are new controllers as well. So, yeah, I'm going to say it's a good analog controller. But for D-pad, I think I still like the PS4 controller, actually. I mean, all my games on the PC I play with the PS4 controller. I even connect the PlayStation 4 controller to my Switch. So, yeah. But I think we better go back onto subject to this. So bonus rounds do indeed still exist in these levels. You know, these timeline levels, unfortunately. Which, you know, it's not really the... it doesn't really matter, because if you die in a bonus round anyway, you don't really lose all that much. Apart from your Waka, which might come in handy after. Oh, you know, we'll have to just wait and see on that. Hopefully I'm not going to lose it. Because I think this bonus round's definitely not one of the hardest. It's one in the next level in normal, which is hard. But not really so much in this. Personally, anyway. That's just my take on this. Oh, and what did I do? I just died straight away and lost the mask. Well done. Okay, so, right, I'm going to go again on this one. Maybe I'm just talking too much because, as I say, it is a Let's Play. And I really want to keep this going, so yeah. Yeah, just... That's what I mean, it's all about timing. You know, they say this game's called It's About Time. It really is, because you've got to... Because timing is really, like, essential for this game. It really is, believe it or not. You know, as annoying as that might sound... It don't matter if it's annoying or not, it's got to be done. There we go, so let's make our way back across. Making our way back across. No, I'm not breaking copyright on this Let's Play, it's not going to happen. There we go, bonus round done. Nice one. Awesome. There we go. By the way, on the PC version, if you break into the boundaries on this and you explored it with the Unreal Injector, because this is made with Unreal Engine, by the way, you know, same as what you'd find, you know, what was used to make Spyro Reignited Trilogy. So, yeah, so you can actually really explore these areas, and there's a lot more to them than you would imagine. Definitely a lot more there is to them than Spyro World. So, Spyro fans who actually do praise these games for, you know, the actual amount of geometry available in exploration. This game offers a lot of that too, but you just don't get to see it in the main game. But Out of Bounds, there's actually is quite a lot you can really explore. I might actually even make a series on that. What do you guys even think to this? Because that, you know, I want to do a bit of something different with my channel than just Let's Plays. I mean, tech videos, reviews, you know, they get the most views, but it's not really in my fault, you know, not really my, yeah, it's not really my thing, so, it is, but not as much as Let's Plays. I want this to be fun, that's the thing. And there we go, we got another Insanely Perfect Relic, awesome, nice, get in. Right, okay, so I'm gonna, be, of course, yeah. Progress is auto-save, so that's at least something good. That's that little icon you keep seeing in the bottom corner of the screen like that. Yeah, that tells you that it's saving your game. So, there we go. Right, here we go. I think there's one more. There might just be one more. Tawna timeline level to go, which I believe is building bridges. But I suppose we could always have a check, you know. We could do a lap of honour of the map, you know, because... you know, of what we've been able to achieve today, which has, you know, been, you know, pretty good, so, yeah, of course, loading times take the sweet time, of course, but, there we go.
Ooh, must have left my jacket in the Bermuda quadrangle.
I love it. I just love the sort of like references they're like putting into this game. You know, everything they can reference in this game. It's probably called just about references because you know that's what they seem to be doing in this game. They really do, which is a really cool idea that they're actually doing this stuff. So yeah. Yeah, so snow levels very much reminds me, you know, of the Crash 2 ones. A mix of Crash 2's Snow Go and, you know, like the iceberg levels from...
Let the next world be a beach world. Sunshine and sand, drinks with mini umbrellas.
So like a hybrid of M2, that's what I was going to say before Tawna rudely interrupted me. But that insanely... No, Enzo Perfect Relic. That gem was just ridiculously easy to snatch. They could not have put that in a more simple space. Right, I think I'm going to die on this, but, you know, if there's anywhere to mess up, it'll probably be the polar riding section. But then again, I don't really think that's all that bad. If it was still on its original, like, release, then that would have been a problem. But there weren't a PS5 release back then, but I'm so glad they fixed the hitboxes. Hallelujah. That is, like, the best, like, sort of, thing they could have possibly done with this game. Like, no joke. And how do you even get through there without taking damage? I can just never do it. Like, never. It's like the hardest thing in the game. Probably not, but you know what I mean? You know what I mean. Okay. There we go. So, on to the next section now. Let's go. Okay, so, right, so slow motion. There we go. Yeah, at least there's only one nitro bridge to cross in this, so bonus round's going to be hard. And the sliding under these always unnerves me. Always unnerves me.
Oh, how I miss
there we go. So off we go to the bonus round. Now I'm going to go and get the... I don't know if I even need to detonate those, to be fair, because I think there's actually a nitro detonator at the end anyway, but as I say, dying in the bonus round really does not matter too much. And I forgot to change the skin. How dumb and stupid can I really be? Because I really wanted to show these skins off, and now I don't think I really will be able to. But that being said, I couldn't really show them all off in nitro fuel, because, you know, I've kept the same skin. It's a skin for completing the game. You know, I'm happy enough with that, so that skin will do. But I say, this really very much like reminds me of, you know, when I did my Crash Team Racing Let's Play. I couldn't really show all the skins off of that because there were just so many. Weren't there like so many like million customizations in this game? It's like totally unreal. I really want to do something with that game again, by the way. But I just don't know what, because there's just like no activity out there going off with it anymore, and that really makes me sad because I saw that game as like the best, you know, Crash to release to this day. I even like that game more than this. I'm not gonna lie. I think my favourite Crash game, really so far, is going to be Nitro Fueled, believe it or not. It's just a shame there's no PC release yet, and that's modern release. That I'm on about re-releases. You know, nothing can really still beat, you know, the original trilogy. I mean, I actually like Nitro Fuel more than original CTR in some ways. I mean, I just think that Beanox have done a great job, and I would be really happy if Beanox actually, you know, at least had a helping hand, or even developed, you know, the next Crash game, whatever that's going to be. So, yeah, I'll definitely be looking forward to that. But actually, I more want a Spyro, to be honest. Yeah, I actually think a Spyro will actually, probably more than likely be a better game to have, because it's the poor little purple boy has just been left like sat there at a side. Like, he's only like got little references in like this game and maybe playable in the Crash Team Racing, but that's all that's happened to him. I feel really sad. Now this is way easier and way better to play since they fixed the hitboxes. Oh my goodness, this is like night and day. There's actually no comparison. It was absolutely horrendous getting the insanely perfect relic on these two levels the first time around. They were absolute nightmare. Cortex, you know, what is it? Toxic Tunnels was absolutely nothing. And I mean, look at me here. I'm just absolutely destroying it. You know, I don't know if they've even made it too easy, but to be entirely honest with this sliding section, don't really need to be too hard at all. And there we go, I got another. There we go. I only just got the Wumper one though, so I'm very lucky with that. Very, very lucky. So here we go. There we go, saving our progress. There we go, nice one. I'm not looking at unlocking any more skins because I've got to do them on inverted. When I'm doing inverted, I will be using more skins. I absolutely promise you that. So, and you know, actually, speaking of a skin, I might actually change that right now because otherwise I'm going to end up forgetting because, you know, my memory is not the absolute best. I think the next one we'll go for the totally tubular one. That's a cool one. That's digital download. That's what you get for pre-order. And the other one we haven't unlocked is paper cut. We'll use paper cut next. Let's have a look, guys. Yeah, potion commotion. So we'll do paper cut afterwards, but we'll do totally tubular for now. And I don't actually think that there's any more Tawna ones, and I don't even know why this cutscene's even playing. It's like I've never completed the thing before. This map very much reminds me of, you know, the Super Mario World map, in a way, or the Crash 1 map. But to what I can actually see here, I have just done everything I can with Tawna. Trust me to like not... I should know this game off by the back of my hand. I'm just double checking to be sure. But anyway, guys, next level we're going to be moving on to Dingodile. So yes, we're going to be doing more timeline levels with that. So yeah, I think Dingodile is probably my favourite extra character in this game. So we're just going to leave it here, which will be this one here, Vahi Blows. So yes, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this part. I am happy to be back at this, and I hope you all are back and happy to be back at watching my Let's Plays. So yes, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this part, and stay tuned for Dingodile. Catch you in Dingodile.